Yeah, there we go. We're live.
All right. So welcome to the Bitching Dead. We are your hosts, Becca, Fareed, and Tara. We're not new so much anymore, but we are a fairly new webcast from the minds of the Geekiary, and we are here to bitch about stuff and things because somebody has to do it. If you have not seen the most recent episode of The Walking Dead, please turn back now because we are not responsible for any spoilers you may hear. We did warn you.
If you're listening to this as a podcast, please remember that this is recorded live, so we aren't exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us for any technical difficulties or accidental or intentional swears. You can join the conversation with the hashtag the bitching dead.
Sorry. We would like to remind all of you that the views expressed on this webcast are those of the hosts as individuals and do not necessarily represent the Geekiary or the webcast itself as a whole. All right. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this is issue number 4. And Becca, you unfortunately had to miss the mid-season finale one.
I was so gutted. I was in a car wreck.
Literally
an hour before I was supposed to be getting ready. I was supposed to be coming home to get on my makeup, and some idiot in a truck ran a stop sign and hit my Lexus, and just blah. But I'm going back to work. Hopefully this coming Friday. Yeah. So I'll be getting back in the swing of things. But I haven't watched it, but I'm sure that Tara and Fareed, y'all did great. I was really sad though because the finale was so awful, and I wanted to be so salty about it, but I couldn't. But Happy New Year! It's time to suffer now. So it is the mid-season premiere. Before we go into it, is there anything you guys want to rehash real fast from anything you've seen or anything you thought about later that you're like, oh, that would have been perfect for the finale?
I don't really feel the need to rehash everything that has happened on this show. We rehash it enough.
Yeah.
And honestly, normally the first half of the season, we had decided after the first webcast to do every other week so that we're doing 2 episodes at a time. But of course, like when it's the mid-season finale, mid-season premiere, season finale, it's just there's a lot to go over. And even for this episode, it maybe isn't quite as, I don't know, man. Whatever.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just was because I came home and my dad was I was cooking dinner, and my dad was like, so have you digested The Walking Dead enough yet? And I was like, I don't know. I kind of threw it up again, and it was not digested at all. It just, gosh, it was such a train wreck. It's such a train wreck. And I don't know, the whole time I was writing my review, I was like, I was so, the whole time I was like, hate. But, yeah, so I guess we'll kind of go into the mid-season premiere. What are our favorite moments from the premiere? Okay, I'll go first. So Morgan rips this guy's intestines out through a hole in his body. Morgan is straight up totally crazy now. He's been having these psychotic breaks, and he just snapped, and he was punching people through the throat with his stick, and he straight up reached into this guy and ripped his intestines out, and I was like, oh, okay. And I actually liked the Bright Eyes song. I'm not a big fan of Bright Eyes, Connor Oberst, that whole crap or whatever. But I actually did like that song, and I liked how it kind of coincided with Carl getting ready to die, more or less. And I don't know, I like the song. I like the moments with him painting with Judith. I thought it was really cute, taking photos. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of pandering. But I'm an emotional ass girl, and I was like, ah.
Oh, dude, I don't know what my effing problem is, but I was we were watching Captain America last night, and I was just crying over Captain America. I was breaking down constantly watching that movie. Like, good things happen, Tara cries. Bad things happen, Tara cries. Bucky fake dies, Tara cries. Like, watching this episode today, it was the same thing. I was like, I'm crying. Like, Carl is dying, and yes, this is bad, but there are tears streaming down my face. What is wrong with me?
I didn't cry, surprisingly. But I also am currently not able to feel any emotions. So, but no, like, I liked the backdrop of the song, as cheesy and dumb as it was. At least it wasn't freaking Easy Street. Like, you know, that's, but I didn't hate that. I didn't hate like the before stuff, not when he's in the sewers and he's like, I'm the crypt keeper. Like, not like that part, but just whenever he's, you know, showering and cleaning the bite and whatever, just like that was just like so normal. And it was just kind of like it was almost normal. And he was like, yep, I'm gonna die, but here's me being a kid for once. And so it was just like one of those.
Yeah, well, you mentioned like the Morgan thing. I don't want to like jump forward too much. I didn't like him yanking that dude's intestines out. First of all, I don't think that's physically possible. Like, what was that? A bullet hole? Like, how did he? I don't understand how that is possible.
Someone I don't know. But
this to me.
He started with one finger. And like, not to make this not to make this, no.
He used his hand into it.
No, it was like, he's like, start with one finger, and then the two, you know, the teaser, the pleaser, the whole fucking hand. Yeah, he just looked like, like, not to be sexual about it, but that's literally what he was doing. He was like easing his whole hand in there like a freaking anaconda, and he clamped down and wow! And my dad was, and my friend Lauren was with me, and she was like, holy shit! And it was gory, and out of all the things that we've seen on The Walking Dead, like, that made me scream the loudest. Because, yeah, I can handle a zombie getting their head chopped off. Whenever somebody's reaching into someone's guts and they're alive, yeah, see Tara's making and you can't see her, Tara's wiggling and like,
yeah, I can't. I don't think that's physically. Hey, Rigby, my dog is like, what's wrong, Mama? I don't think that's physically possible. And also, it was like, that's one of the, like, Walking Dead, it's a gross show at times, but this is one of the very few times that I was like, I don't watch this. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Anything with like arms, like bones sticking through body parts, like arms bent in the way they're not supposed to go. Exactly. Yeah. Like, you know, give me torture all day long, but don't give me the, no. Anyway, Fareed, what did you like?
I liked how they handled Carl's death. However, I do feel that it went on for too long, that it kind of lessened the emotional impact for me near the end of it. But yeah, coming to the other things, I loved how Carol and Morgan like started killing people. Again, like I said in the previous episodes, I can watch hours of Carol just shooting and killing people. Just being a badass and killing everyone. I can watch, I don't know how many, but a whole season of Carol.
Let's make a movie.
Yeah, movie of Carol just killing Negan's people, and Negan is like, who is killing these people?
Okay,
remember when she saved all of them from Terminus? Like,
yes, and she like blew away as she shot the gas tank, and it was like, and then they were like, did you do that? She was like, oh, like, come on.
Like, whenever the people were like, wait, you're gonna go back there and get Ezekiel by yourself? She was like, yeah, duh. And I was like, bitch, yes.
Yeah, like, I mean, that.
Yeah, that's why I think that Carol should have been the one. Instead of Rick and everyone coming together to take down Negan, they should have given Carol full reign to do whatever she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And they should have just sent her on her way. Carol, will see you after a week or 5 days, and you have probably killed everyone, including Negan, in 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Also, the other scene. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Free. What were you gonna say?
No, I was skipping to the other scene. If you guys want to talk about.
Oh, Carol, you mentioned that you actually like were pretty cool with Carl's death stuff, and honestly, like I saw a lot of people complaining about how lengthy it was on Facebook and stuff. And like, listen, I didn't really mind it that much either. Like, honestly, I it got a bit lengthy toward the end. They definitely could have cut some of the back and forth between Carl and Rick, especially.
Yeah.
But let's be real, like, it wasn't the worst thing The Walking Dead has done this season or even the past couple seasons. And it was almost spot on for Andrea's death in the comics.
Yeah.
But like not quite that bad. Like in the comics, like spoiler alert, if you haven't read the Andrea death, issue, but like honestly, the volume with that issue came out in like September. So if you haven't read it, are you really going to? But like she had all these like panels and panels of sappy goodbyes, at least with Carl, like while they dragged out the stuff with him and Rick, with him and his dad, like most of the other stuff wasn't that lengthy. There was a lot of Michonne stuff. There was some Judith stuff. The Michonne stuff, it almost reached the point of being too much, but not really. Like I really lost it when he was like, "You're my best friend." And she was like, "You're my best friend." And I was like, "Can we stop? No." Okay. Pause. Go to the bathroom, get some tissues, wipe your face. You're fine. So yeah, like and they didn't give like a one-on-one goodbye with him and literally everybody. It was mostly him and Judith, him and Rick, him and Michonne, with that one moment between like him and Sadiq, and then another one between him and Daryl, which I think were the two like most poignant characters they could have chosen for him to have like last moments with. Like Daryl, because other than Carol, who isn't there right now, and maybe I guess not Morgan, because Carl wasn't even with Rick when he met Morgan. But like, yeah, other than Carol, I think that Daryl and it was probably like the only other character that it really like that it really meant something for them to have a moment.
And it wasn't drawn out with Daryl too, which I like. Daryl was like, "Look, you're a kid," or well, I mean, in Daryl's eyes, I guess he's a man, whatever. But he's like, you do what you got to do. Like, yeah, it's sad that you're dying, but trust cities, it's the apocalypse. And he went back to holding the baby, and like, I don't know, I like that. Like my dad was like, "Oh, that was pathetic," and I was like, "But that was truly a Daryl thing to do. Like for once, he's actually behaving like Daryl
again."
Yeah.
I do think it was a bit dragged out, especially considering the runtime. Like I didn't watch it live. So what was the with commercials runtime? Like 90 minutes?
Yeah, about 90 minutes. Because we were sitting there and we're like, all right. Because Lauren was looking. She's like, okay, they have 2 minutes. They better save Ezekiel and Carl better die. And then we were like, we have to watch this for another 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? And it just was, I don't know. And the filler stuff was so stupid. It was like trying to eat a sandwich, like with like 2 pieces of bread on either side, but there's nothing but water. And you're like, I'm gonna have a water sandwich, and that's like that's totally what it was. Like, or if you're from the South, a milk sandwich, that's what we call whenever it snows, and everybody's like bread, milk. But yeah, so I think we kind of agree that the death was okay. It was decent-ish as far as Walking Dead goes, because like, God, they didn't give Beth a death, really. They killed her, just boom. They didn't, like, there's a lot, look, Tara, no, I will, until the day I die, I will make it, look, okay, I'm sorry, look, I have acknowledged that Beth Green is dead, okay, I have acknowledged that my dreams are laying dead, rotting in the ground, and, but no, like, they didn't, at least they didn't see any grieving or whatever like that. But like with Carl, he was given a whole fucking episode, sorry about language, but like to die, like he didn't. Oh, I see what you're doing there. There's straight vodka-ing.
Oh no, I'm gonna put tonic water in it, don't worry.
Oh, my bad. I have some LaCroix, some yummy juicy LaCroix. Yum.
LaCroix is like drinking zombie guts.
LaCroix is, what is it? They said LaCroix is like drinking seltzer water and somebody in the opposite side of the house screams out a specific fruit.
Or like spritzes perfume in your face as you're about to drink some seltzer water. That's how I feel.
That's literally what it is. But I haven't had a soda since the very beginning of the year. So I'm really proud of myself. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh,
good
the death
moments,
thing.
good moments. Yeah, death scene /
But,
good
like,
moments.
Well, I mean, like I'm saying, like they didn't give Beth much of a death. Who else did they kill off that was kind of just like, oh, you're dead? I'm trying to think who else. It was
Denise.
more important. Yeah, Denise was more important. But like we didn't even see Maggie or Daryl. Like we saw Daryl grieving a little bit, but we didn't really see Maggie grieving for Beth. We saw them grieving for Herschel. Hi, is that Rigby or Wendy?
That's Rigby.
Oh, hey Rigby.
Wendy pays no attention to me. Rigby is like, I am here, Mama. You are sad. I will wag my tail and snort at you.
Oh,
he farted.
Oh no. Speaking of, my dog rolled his deer poop right before this. I'm so mad right now. The whole house smells like deer poop. Anyway. Like, I smell like, yeah, but no, I don't know. I feel like
speaking of deer poop, I bet you all those people in that sewer smell like deer poop.
What a shitty way to die.
I can't even imagine how those people can eat while they were in there. There was a whole scene where Carl was giving food to Sadiq.
Yeah, they were eating a big cat.
Inside the sewers. And I was like, what?
Well,
how?
Well, I think like the earlier, when it was just him and Sadiq in there, you got to understand, it's been like years since those sewers have been in any sort of like use.
It's mostly just
like
water.
other than water runoff from like the ground, like there's probably nothing going on there. So I think it would be fine then, but like then they get all those people crowded in there. After Alexandria was attacked, that shit smells. Like, it does. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my glasses. I'm wearing glasses for once and they're driving me crazy.
Okay, so least favorite moment. See, is that thing.
Oh, before we go there, I want to mention my favorite moment where Judith's face, when Carl was talking to her, and Judith was like, I am unable to care. And then they put in that fake baby crying sound.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody pinched her.
Also, I gotta be real, that is not an attractive baby, y'all.
That baby's ugly. Like, I hate to say it, but that baby is ugly.
I'm not big on babies anyway, but like I don't generally think babies are cute, but there are cute babies out there.
Yeah.
And that one is not. It wasn't good. It wasn't great. I didn't like it.
Sorry, whoever's baby that is, but you produced an ugly child. Look, I'm just saying it.
Listen, I was an ugly child, and I grew up okay.
I was a perfectly gorgeous baby. Now, the rest of me, now that I'm older, is kind of like, but I was a cute-ass kid. Like, I had, like, little chubby rolls and little angel face, little dusty gold hair and the freckles. I was perfect. I was a perfect-looking baby. Anyway.
Honestly, I feel like I should find a picture of me as a baby and share it on my Twitter because I was an ugly fucking baby. I had a giant lumpy head and weird ears and, I grew up okay. So.
What about you, Fareed? Were you an ugly baby?
I guess I was. I'll share a pic. We'll all share a pic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have to share baby pics.
Yeah. I actually went and took a bunch of pictures recently of me. It's like from my photo albums and stuff with me as a baby. So I'm prepared for this.
So so I guess there's still hope for Judith, right, Tara? She might grow up.
Yeah, she might. Yeah, I mean, look at her in the flash forwards. She looks fine in the flash forwards. She's a cute kid in the flash forwards.
Yeah.
So
they recast her.
My cousin Rylan a lot.
So yeah, that's that. So coming to the least favorite.
Yes.
That song. I know Becca liked it, but I couldn't handle it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That song in the beginning, I couldn't handle it. It went on for too long, as far as I'm concerned.
You went on for too long. That was a good
song. Okay, and then I still don't understand how the Saviors haven't figured out where Carol's cottage is. Isn't it on their way to the kingdom? Doesn't it come on their way to the kingdom on the side of the road?
It's very close to the kingdom, yeah.
And it's right there on the road. It's not even far from the main road.
Yeah.
So I still don't know why the saviors don't know about it. It felt way too convenient for me. And then there was Daryl's dialogue about us being all together. We are going to be his nightmare. And I was like, dude, you all were together when the season started, and it didn't work out for you. So I don't know what Daryl was thinking when he said that sentence to Dwight about them being all together and being Negan's worst nightmare.
And
Yeah,
also,
And then, yeah, I still don't know what Daryl, but it felt like Daryl was just trying to be aggressive or look threatening, but all Rick and his group really, like, they lost. They lost big time. So I don't know how they're going to come back from this. And then there were a lot of explosions in Alexandria, but no Walker in sight when they were dragging Carl out to die.
oh yeah,
yeah. I didn't even
No
think
Walker
about
in
that.
sight.
Like all that fire and all that
Yeah.
noise, and there's not a
Explosion and
I didn't
noise.
even
Not a
think
single,
about that.
not a single Walker.
Yeah,
Huh.
how?
they're internalized explosions meant to be why Rick is inside. I don't know. I don't know. That's literally me projecting my Scott Gimple voice. If I
Yeah,
ever
there
meet
was
him,
there wasn't a single Walker, and I just felt like, why aren't there Walkers roaming around? Like Alexandria should have been covered in Walkers by
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah. What? I didn't even think. I can't believe I didn't even think about that.
they
Also, like, I'm tweeting. I'm like live tweeting like I usually do, and it drives me nuts right now that there's a little Carl head after the Walking Dead hashtags.
Yeah,
Like,
on Twitter.
hashtag the Walking
Yeah,
Dead,
on
little
Twitter.
Carl head.
With an eye patch, right? If you focus close enough,
Oh
I
my
think
gosh,
have an
I didn't look that closely.
oh my god, I see it. Oh my god.
And also another thing that I didn't like, or I kind of liked, is how Henry was able to reach the kingdom before Carol. The little
Wait,
blonde boy.
Like, did we see him there? Did I miss that?
Yeah, Morgan saw him running inside the kingdom. And he told Carol that Henry was here. And I was like, this kid is a ninja.
I'll be real, I missed that.
Yeah,
Completely.
no, because Carol's like, instead of being like a crazy cat lady, she's like a crazy kid lady. Because like these people see her and they're just like, Mom, and she's like, no, opposite, no. He wants nothing to do with these children, and they're like fucking suction cupped onto her. Because like after she lost Sophia and then Lizzie and Mila and Ashton Kutcher, I don't know what their kids' names are anymore. Lizzie and what was it? Lizzie and
I don't even remember. Madison?
no, Lizzie and Lila. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't
It
know.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. That was years ago.
Yeah, regardless. Like Carol has this habit of like these children being attached to her, and she was like, ugh. Like, and so this kid Henry is just like, I'm gonna come along, and Carol's like, the fuck you are, like she was not having it with him, and yet he still somehow shows up. I guess he never went back with I forgot what her name is. It was like
or Nadia or
something. Something like that. And I guess he never went back, but like suddenly he fucking shows up with his little stick and it's like, bah! Like.
And a little kid has so much power that he can plunge a wooden stick through a man's neck.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so that's happening.
If you have enough power and you just, I don't know though, it would probably. Now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm thinking about the logistics of being a child and stabbing people in the neck with a stake.
And it went all the way through.
It did. Yeah. Was Gavin the one that Gavin was not the one that shot Benjamin? I know it was the other one that shot Benjamin, right? Or was it
the one with the long hair, and
I forgot what his name was.
He's at the hilltop.
Yeah. Well,
and
he's
I want
dead
him
now.
to die.
He's being pretty sure he's dead. Yeah. Oh.
No,
Well,
no, no. He's alive. He's alive. The long-haired one is alive.
oh,
He's at the hilltop with Maggie.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Jesus saved him.
That's right.
Wait, there's still a hilltop? I'm so confused.
No,
We saw nothing of the hilltop in this episode. Everybody's talking
Maggie
about
is-
going there, but nobody actually
Yeah.
ever got there.
No, but I thought that there were like 3 people. I thought that there was another guy who shot the kid, because didn't Morgan, like, that wasn't that guy his first, doesn't he shoot him? Doesn't Morgan shoot him at some point and kill him?
No,
No?
that the person who killed Henry's older brother is still alive, and he's at the hilltop.
Okay.
Yeah. But at least Gavin's dead, so that's good.
That's true.
So yeah, that were my
Yes.
least favorite moments. But yeah, then again, that whole vision thing with Rick and Rick remembering something, and I don't know, and then it all connected to the vision they showed in the premiere. It was a lot of confusion, the whole back and forth thing.
I mean, I didn't feel like it was. I don't know why I don't know why we're echoing here. That's driving me crazy. I don't feel like it was confusing. I don't know. It was just very awkward. I felt like the editing was really bad.
Yeah.
Like, they're going back and forth between the Carol and Morgan and Kingdom stuff, and the, Carl dying stuff, and the flash forwards, and like the flash forward editing wasn't actually that bad, but the back and forth between the stuff going on at the Kingdom and with Carol and Ezekiel and everybody, it was like very sudden. Like, I guess that's what that was what bothered me the most. It was so sudden. Like, why? Just I don't really know how to describe it. It just wasn't. It just, other than saying it was not edited very well at all. Like, at all. But there were several times where I was taken out of the whole Carl dying thing.
Yeah.
And, like, shoved into. And don't get me wrong, like, Carol and Morgan rescuing Ezekiel, that stuff was great. And like I said earlier, like, I didn't really mind most of the Carl dying stuff, but like the very sudden switches between them, it was like, I don't know, they didn't, it wasn't done right. But the thing is, I don't think the show cares. They don't care. They're not trying to produce good TV. They're trying to produce TV that will get them, views, I guess. And I don't even, I'd love to see the watch numbers for this, like the statistics, because I know a lot of people I know are so disenchanted with this show right now. Like, will it like, has it been renewed for season 10 or just season 9?
Just season 9, not 10 yet. Just season 9.
I think it'll probably get a season 10. I'll be shocked if it, and appalled. I will be shocked and appalled if it goes beyond that.
Do you hear that? Terribly shocked and appalled at all of you. Draw your weapons. You will duel at dawn. Now I just have this image of you, like, literally, like, laying Scott Gimple out, and I'm so happy right now. Scott Gimple, if you're listening to this, we're not actually going to hurt you, but you're a really horrible person. So didn't have a naked zombie, but it was a classic Nicotero film routine, because they're letting him, I guess, take the premieres and the finales now. I don't know, but it was supposed to be arty, but it wasn't artsy. It was lame, and I was bored. I don't know. He and Carl, of course, I wrote about this in my review, but Carl, everybody else dies within, how many hours of being bitten or whatever, but Carl made it last for, many, many hours for some reason. I'm not sure why. Does anybody else know why he lasted longer?
I have no, because the script demanded it.
Look,
Yeah.
Fareed, look.
I mean, okay. Who have we seen get bitten and actually die? Because I feel like
No, not Sasha. Never mind.
no, yeah, like, well, yeah, Sasha.
Well, no, but she didn't get
she
bitten.
died. Yeah, she just died and turned. And Amy,
Therese.
like Amy, Andrea's sister, I'm pretty sure she died from wounds, like not that, and that was God season 1, you know.
Tyrese dies, doesn't he? From the bite?
But he was also severely wounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
that's the thing. I don't think we have seen a character get bitten and die from the bite like ever. Am I wrong? Like, I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. But there was that one guy in season 1 who got bit and they left him by the tree.
Yes, I remember
And
him.
he was like fevered and sick for a while, but like he was still alive when they left him.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, and I'll be real, like in the comics with the Andrea, I know I keep comparing this, but I kind of have to, like the Andrea death, it was definitely like she got bit and she was alive for like an entire, it was like in the space of an entire day and like some of the night, and she dies in the night. So it could very well be like, you know, maybe not 24 hours, but 20 or 18. And I don't know, because he got bit like there was like days, wasn't it?
No, it was just 24 hours.
No.
Okay.
No, he got bit in the morning. He brought Siddiq back to Alexandria. Yeah, it was, I guess, around 24 hours.
I don't pay enough attention to the timeline of this show. Like,
it's okay, you can ignore it because the creators ignore it. And the writers ignore it. Like, I know I'm throwing some serious shade here, but whatever.
They ignore a lot of things. The scene where they showed how Negan escaped. I mean, how come Morgan and the others don't have long-range walkie-talkies or something so that they can, like, immediately convey something to Rick that something is going down at the sanctuary? But yeah, they couldn't do anything about it.
Maybe they haven't. Maybe they don't have them.
I mean, like, that's fine, I guess. I don't know, man. The whole thing was just kind of like, come on.
They built a wall of dead zombies. They made a passage. It was so weird. How can you be so sure that you shoot the zombies at the right position, that they fall over and they make a wall for you?
Yeah. How are you all that good at shots? Like, I also feel like the number of zombies was suddenly way less than it was.
Yeah, because it felt like there was like every atom was full of zombie.
Like this show, y'all, they just don't care. They just don't. They think their viewers are stupid.
Well,
and sure, maybe some of them are.
I can think of some real dumb ones. I hate to be that person, but I can think of some real dumb ones off the top of my head.
But like, there's no way I don't know. How do people still love this show?
Why are we still watching it?
Even my friends who were like up Walking Dead's ass, like long after I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I can't. I'm writing these reviews and nothing I say is positive because it's so bad. Like, even the people who were still into it at that point, by like a couple episodes into this season, were like, this is really awful.
Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
No, I'm not even talking about anybody specifically.
Okay.
It's literally like, I had friends who were still into it even after I was like hating on it, and within a couple episodes of this season starting, they were like, no. And I know there are people who are out there who are still obsessed with it. I just don't understand why. Like, why? Somebody please tell me.
I mean, I think it's maybe I don't know. I don't want to say I've outgrown The Walking Dead, but I feel like that its golden years are way over. And I feel like that they're just beating a dead horse. And like, I mean, I feel like that if it got some decent writing, I feel like that now that Scott Gimple is gone, maybe there's a possibility that things. Well, he's not really gone. He's just whatever their fancy word is for demoted is. You know, sorry. What is he now?
Little like whale man.
Little whale man. He is. I forgot what he is, but we'll discuss that in a bit. I mean, maybe there's a chance for them to save it, but like, I mean, after Frank Darabont left, that was just kind of the. I think that was the kiss of death when Frank Darabont left.
I mean, like as somebody who loved the comics, despite their flaws, like the fact that they're horrible at writing women. I like once Andrea died in the comics, I was like, I'm over this. I'm over this. Like that was the last comic I read.
Did they fridge her?
No, they didn't. Like, I mean, not really. Like
But it came as such a surprise. Like, oh look, Andrea's bit.
Yeah, it was a lame. It was a lame death. Like she died saving Eugene, and like
don't even get me
then
started.
It was like I said earlier, it was like panels and panels of people saying goodbye to her, and then she actually dies, and Rick can't take care of her, so she comes back, and then he like has like a scuffle with Walker Andrea. It wasn't. And also, I like, honestly, Andrea was like the last reason I was reading the comics. Like, I'll be real. People bitch about Carl in the show. Carl in the show is way better than Carl in the comics. Like, I didn't hate Carl in the comics, especially like, I don't think I actually think Carl in the show was worse when he was a kid, better when he was adult. Carl in the comics was kind of, I never really disliked him all that much. He was just kind of there, but it's different when you're reading something versus seeing it too.
Yeah.
But like I didn't. He's never really bothered me that much in the comics. He really grew on me in the show. I actually don't understand why people. I understand if you don't like him. I don't understand why people like virulently like hate on him.
Yeah. There's no need for the vitriol. Like he can be like, it's always fun to be like, get in the house, Carl. Like, you know, he's the butt of the jokes. But like at the end of the day, Carl's not really that awful.
No, he's not. And
like Chandler Riggs did an amazing job with him, I think, with what he was given.
Yeah.
And
that's you know, the thing. He did an amazing job with what he was given.
Yeah. Tara, you're the look on your face reminds me of Gilly from is it Gilly from Saturday Night Live? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Did I do that?
But yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't hate him so much in the comics, but like he's not great, and like same with Rick, and Michonne is kind of persona non grata for a lot of the comics, the more recent comic issues, and so like when Andrea died, I was like, this is literally the last person I actually gave a shit about. So I'm not gonna read these anymore.
I've read them. Do you want me to spoil them for you?
Oh no, yeah, I don't care. I'm not paying money to read anything past Andrea's death.
Yeah, something amazing happened. I mean, it was a surprise, but Michonne, Eugene, and a few other people end up finding a new community, because there's always a new community in The Walking Dead when one is destroyed. So that community has close to 50,000 people in it.
I thought Michonne is dead.
Not in the comics, no.
Michonne is alive in the comics. So they have Michonne. So the community that they go to has 50,000 people in it. And Michonne ends up finding her daughter.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was a surprise in the comics.
Okay.
But yeah, Michonne ends up finding her daughter in the new community.
Yeah, because she had a son in the show.
But in the comics and in the game, she has a daughter.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that though, because like I still feel like it's like some weird sort of cheap fan service. Like they're just dragging it out.
Yeah, it was a very soap opera reveal that, oh, look, Michonne has found her daughter.
Things like sometimes things need to end.
Are you listening? We're talking to you.
Like I'm sorry, but no, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Like things need to end. Like and I feel like people, so many writers, especially a very popular series, whether it's comics or TV or whatever, don't know when to just give up the ghost. Like
J.K. Rowling. Sorry.
Cursed child. Listen, J.K. Rowling tried to do it, and she wrote that other book that was really awful. Like really awful. Like one of the worst books I've ever read, and I read a lot, so that's saying something.
So I
have read self-published books that are better than that shit that she wrote.
Was that like The Cuckoo's Nest or The Cuckoo's Eyeball or something?
I don't know. It was some political voting. I don't.
Okay, so
whatever. It was awful. It was awful. If J.K. Rowling writes a book that's not Harry Potter, it's shit. So
speaking of J.K. Rowling, I know this has nothing to do with The Walking Dead, but I just got this article sent to me by a friend. It says the saga continues. J.K. Rowling has revealed that the lunatic that eats Harry Potter on his 60th birthday goes on to marry Ross from Friends. Like, it's a clickhole article.
Wait, what?
It says, the saga continues. J.K. Rowling has revealed that the lunatic that eats Harry Potter on his 60th birthday goes on to marry Ross from Friends. It's a clickhole article.
That eats Harry Potter? I'm so confused. Did they eat the book or the person?
No, he eats the person on his 60th birthday.
So weird.
It's Rowling... I'm excited to reveal that while Harry Potter is celebrating his 60th birthday, he gets eaten by a lunatic, bones and all. The lunatic eventually meets Ross from the sitcom Friends. They fall in love and get married. Anyway, it's a joke.
I guess. I don't. That's very zombie-ish, though.
Actually, hold on. I'm actually gonna look this up because I don't know if this is a real tweet, if she's just dicking around or what. But let's
Anyway, so yeah, speaking of series that should just fucking end, back to The Walking Dead.
So Terry's.
What about Terry's?
Who's the new Carl?
Oh
yeah,
Terry's. I'm sorry, Fareed. I thought you said Terry's.
I'm sorry. Are you calling him Fareed? Don't you mean Darius?
I'm sorry, Darius.
Speaking of which, iPhone really wants Fareed's name to be Darius, so from now on, he is Darius. Which sounds very Game of Thrones to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
My last name is Dar, so kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So who's the new Carl? Because I think it's Henry. Is that his name? The little blonde boy.
Henry. Yeah.
I think it's Henry.
He looks like a good actor.
Did you say he doesn't look like a good actor? First of all, he's saying titties, and now he's saying that Henry is not a good actor. Fareed. You're so spicy today.
The kid who plays Henry isn't a good actor. Wait, so that means he'll be like A++ character on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're a good actor on The Walking Dead, you die. Also, if you are a person of color and or an LGBT character, also, if you're an LGBT character of color who can act, you are pretty much dead the second that you sign your contract. Sorry.
No, so Becca, you think it's Sadiq.
No, it was a joke because Judith was like when he was talking about the helmet, talking about the hat, and then I was sitting with Lauren, who was like Sadiq should be the new Carl, and I was like, okay, I'll accept this. Just another character also randomly dropped that he was a doctor, and that was a really dumb, random ass thing. They're like, oh, by the way, he's a doctor. Because Sneak's like, here, take this Tylenol, it'll help your fever.
Is he a
Because I'm a
doctor?
doctor.
He was a resident. He said he was a resident. So I don't know if that means he was a resident doctor or
A resident means he was in school.
Okay.
He'd finished med school and he was doing his residency. It's like being a teacher assistant after you finish. I honestly I'm looking him up now because I can't remember if he was a doctor in the comics.
No, I think he was a fisherman in the comics.
All right.
Yeah, I don't see any.
He was a fisherman. He had a boat or something.
Occupation. Former first mate of this boat. Yeah,
he was a fisherman.
So yeah, he wasn't a resident in the comics, but I mean,
that
convenient.
Something's gonna happen.
I guess they had to make him useful.
Yeah.
On the show.
They have to. Yeah, they sacrifice Carl. They gain a doctor. Like, okay.
I think Enid might end up playing Carl's role moving forward.
Enid.
Question. If Enid ends up playing Carl's role, if they bring in the Whisperers, will she be bi?
I hope so. That would be
Let's
lovely.
hope so.
Yeah. Like,
so we can enjoy her arc for 2
that would be literally the only thing I care about. Like, like if Enid plays Carl's role, she better be fucking bi. They better not make the Whisperers like the person that she falls for be a dude.
Yeah,
that would be amazing if they end up making Enid bi.
That'd be nice. I mean, how old is she in the? I mean, she may be for all we know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still not going to make me forgive them, but it's a nice start. Come on, peasants, write something we care about. Darn it.
They started doing that with Tara and Denise, and then they ruined everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, they still have Jesus, though. They still have Jesus, and Tom Paine, who is a wonderful.
Speaking of though, that flash forward with, and I guess is Jerry dead? He's not dead for sure, right?
Did Jerry die?
Jerry, no, he was like captured, but I don't think he's dead. So, like in the flash forward, someone says something like, "Oh,
I can't say no to Sadiq."
Yeah.
I saw that
I was
too,
like,
and I was like, ah! Yeah, like I saw that too, and Sadiq was all like sassy smile. They're so excited.
I want that. I want that so bad. I want Jerry and Sadiq to be a thing. My dog is barking now, probably because I'm clapping and yelling.
I mean, I would not be mad at that. I think that they can atone for their sin slowly by doing that, and they can also bring Beth back. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I'm going to mention Beth Green every single webcast until you guys are like, look. Also theories. This is kind of like an anti-theory. So we actually do see Carl get bit because there was a small theory going around that Carl was bit by a Whisperer. Because in the comics they wear walker skin as like means of safety, whatever. But no, it's very clearly a walker because and it's because Scott Gimple was like, Carl's gonna die, or is he? And we don't see Carl shoot himself. We don't actually see Carl's body. So there's gonna be people like me who are going to jump on the whole maybe he's not really dead thing. I'm sorry, my dudes, but he is dead. He is gone.
Yeah, no, he shot himself.
He is definitely gone. And so that whole thing there, and then so that was like the anti-theory. Another anti-theory now is that we actually do see that Judith is the child in the flash forward, or in Carl's not in the flash forward, but Carl, I don't know if it's a flash forward or if it's Carl's wishes, I mean,
but I feel like it's a lot of times it's from Rick's perspective, so I feel like
it feels like a flash forward to me.
Because it was like wishful thinking at first, and I was kind of like, oh, so okay. But no, I mean it's very, very possible that it can be. But no, you see, because she runs to Jerry, and Jerry's like, Jude. So like now we put the baby Gracie theory to rest. So now we know it's not baby Gracie, even though they were like, here's a rabbit, you know, and everyone's like freaking out about it. So that's
I think the
another
baby
theory.
Gracie thing only had like traction before the mid-season finale.
Yeah,
Like
it did. So that is another thing that is done. So we see the flash forward of Negan, older, grizzled, and hugs Judith, which, I mean, you know, people who've read the comics know that Negan gets captured. He is rehabilitated, which sounds like bullshit to me. I
mean, read the comics though. Like,
okay. I mean,
don't get me wrong. I still am just about Negan, but even in the comics, but like I also have this like begrudging like respect for who he becomes. Like it's
so it's
like you still hate him. You can still hate him for killing Glenn because that's still a thing that happened.
I was about to say, because like if he had killed Glenn, and like I don't know, I would have never let Negan join a colony with me. Like ever.
Trust me, it happens so differently.
But they kept it secret from Maggie, right? They keep it secret from Maggie.
Yeah.
In the comics, they keep it secret from Maggie that Negan has joined Rick. And then in the previous comic, in one of the previous comic book issues, it was revealed that Maggie forgives Negan for no reason whatsoever.
All right. Well, more shitty writing. Okay, so also
the Walking Dead writers do not know how to write women. Like in comics, like it's not great in the show either, but it's really fun. Like years ago, I'm talking 2013, I think, I wrote an article for the Geeky Area about the need for female writers in this comic series. Guess what? They still don't have female writers, and they still fucking suck at writing women.
Tell us how you really feel. Anyway, sorry. I am not. No. Okay, so we talked about Negan. This is a thing that personally just stuck out to me. Now, Tara sent me a screen grab of Rick, whatever his name is, sitting. Sorry, I got Negan and Rick together. Of Rick sitting underneath a tree, and he's got his hand out, and his hand's very stiff looking. I thought it was a prosthetic. I thought maybe, you know, Negan cuts his arm off, his hand off, whatever. Because the Governor does that in the comics. So like we were talking about it, but like Rick in the show or in the comic, Rick has like a bum knee and like a claw hand. We were joking that he needs to have one of those T-Rex, those little grabby T-Rex things on the end of his prosthetic. But I thought that it looked kind of odd and kind of stiff, but then Tara sent me the screen grab of it. It looks like that he has something sticking through his hand. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's obvious that this is not from after burying Carl. This is later.
Oh yeah, there's like weird like stained glass windows hanging from a tree, and Rick is like leaning up against a tree, and
he's sitting there.
And I could be wrong, but to me it looks like there is a stake or a knife or something through his hand, and I think that the reason why it looks fake is because it's CGI or you know, makeup or something like that, but it's covered with like real, like fresh blood, you know, very shiny, and I just, so like honestly there's absolutely no way that, well, no, that's actually not true. You can still like stab somebody through the hand and they can keep their hand, but I do think that that's probably, I do think that they're probably going to end up having Rick, you know, lose his hand. I feel like if they don't, then that's a really weird, stupidly bad fake out. Like, especially knowing that so many of the viewers do read the comics, like not all of them, but a lot of them, enough of them. And Rick has been injuring his goddamn hand for how many seasons? Like, how many times has that fucking hand been wrapped up in shit? Like, and you're like, oh, maybe he's gonna get infected. Maybe he's gonna lose his hand now. Oh no, he hasn't. He's still got his hand.
Yeah.
So if he gets stabbed through the goddamn hand and still doesn't lose it, like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to do with that. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, but we won't see until the end of the season most likely because it's Nicotero, and then it's not even not even be anything. It's like maybe he had a fight with freaking Morgan and put his hand out and like, but he's sitting there under the tree like, and it makes no sense for him to sit there because literally the whole time I was watching this, I was like, what the fuck? What?
Cries. Rick cries. Yeah, he cries and sweats.
Yep. Sweats onto Carl's body.
So yeah, other than that, like we're getting close to the end time, but like we still have a couple things we wanted to bring up, which is generally like drama like inside. I don't even know if inside the fandom is the right
word. Not
fandom,
like, but I meant like
within inside or within like the Walking Dead like world. People are pissed about Carl's death, which Fareed and I talked about. I think we talked about maybe not. I can't remember if the whole like all the articles about like Chandler Riggs's parents being pissed about it came out that like that day.
We talked about it.
Did. Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it. About Chandler Riggs' father about his father not being happy about it. Something about
he bought a house. He bought a fucking house in Sonoya, and then they killed him off.
And something about Scott Gimple telling that Chandler will remain on the series, but they killed him off. His father was not happy.
I wouldn't be either.
Yeah, and apparently Norman Reedus is upset about it too.
Yeah, he was upset about it. He like actually legitimately upset about it. I guess I'm not really sure why. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the actors are getting more and more pissed off with the showrunners. Because speaking of, Lauren Cohan is currently in dealing with contract issues. I think Fareed has a bit more information about this because I actually didn't get a chance to read the article. What exactly is going on? I know that the negotiations for it fell through. Like she wanted more money or what?
Yeah, Tara's the one who sent the article, and it basically talked about Lauren wanting more money and how she wasn't paid as much as her male co-stars for season 8. And so she wants more money going into season 9.
Right, and
because she's getting a lot of offers for new pilots.
Yeah, it's competitive.
Yeah, so she might go there. But then again, I was talking to Tara about it. So if Lauren doesn't sign on for season 9, they have already shot season 8. So how are they going to explain Maggie's exit from the show if she doesn't come back for season 9?
I mean, maybe there's some kind of a clause or something that she has to at least have a send-off or some kind. I don't know.
I mean, they might reshoot things for season 8. That's always a possibility. But I really think this is a lot of posturing. I think that she did she's done what she's done. She signed on for this new thing and everything because she's pissed off about not getting paid as much. And like honestly, she doesn't get as much screen time as Reedus and Andrew Lincoln. So if it's a like, oh, she's not getting paid as much, but she also doesn't have to work as much, then that's one thing. But I have a feeling that it's probably not that it's probably that either they don't give her as much screen time because they don't want to pay her more, or that they pay her an amount that, you know, there's something there that I think we don't know about. And I hate that for her. Like, she's been on the show since season 2. The only characters who have been on the show as long as she has or longer are Andrew Lincoln, Norman Reedus, and oh my God, Carol
Actress
Pelletier.
Yeah, Melissa McBride.
Melissa McBride. Thank you, Melissa McBride. So like she's been on the show like longer than the vast majority of the characters, and clearly like these newer people don't get paid as much, but like, dudes, she's fucking Maggie. Like,
Yeah.
I have to imagine that she has, if not read the comics, at least read up on them. She knows that character is there for a really long time. She also sees probably, I feel like she sees what happened to Chandler Riggs, and that is kind of what sparked this.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe.
think about it. Like, we only started hearing about her shopping around for pilots and stuff after this Chandler Riggs nonsense happened.
True.
She doesn't have a contract. She wants to get paid more. But like Freed said, they filmed the rest of the season at this point. They've probably started writing, if not finished writing, all of season 9. Like, somebody's fucking somebody over here. And it's not Lauren Cohen. Like, she should be getting paid as much as maybe not as much as Andrew Lincoln, but at least as much as Norman Reedus. Come on. Also,
Yeah.
I would like more Maggie in my life.
Same.
Yeah, same.
That'd be nice to have more Maggie. I don't know if you guys saw the TV spot that had the guy who played Jesus and the guy Kara. He was talking about the kind of guns they use in The Walking Dead, and he has like a chalkboard or whatever, and she's sitting on set with a cigar and she's holding the gun and she accidentally drops it and it goes off. Like, it's obviously like a spoofy thing. I don't know. It's interesting to have, especially since it was an AR-15. Yep.
But yeah, let's see what happens with Lauren. We'll probably end up finding out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd have to.
Yeah. Or maybe the management is like, you go off, do your pilot, and they're hoping that it will fail. The pilot will fail, and then Lauren might come back to the show at the same pay rate or maybe a little increment. Who knows?
I think that's a really yes, a lot of pilots fail, but I think that is a really big gamble for them to make. Like, that she will go off and do her own thing and then still come back if the pilot fails. Because she's been on a lot of other stuff. And if I was her, I'd be like, screw you. I don't even care. Like, I don't think she needs the money. I don't think that's the point. I think she just wants to be, you know, like, respected and paid as much as the men that she works with. Like, fucking every woman I've ever known, including myself. Like, the last, like, not the job I'm at now, but the last job I worked this job. I worked for the same company for 8 years. And when I left, I was doing more than my predecessor had in that current position, and I still didn't get paid as much as him. So
we don't have that problem here, you know. We don't have the problem here. When it comes to jobs, whether it's teaching or being a doctor or an engineer or whatnot, the pay is the same. It's not like if you are a woman, you'll be like paid less than your male counterpart. The pay rate is the same over here. It's not much for both, but at least it's the same.
But aren't you like a third world shithole country, Fareed?
Yeah,
I know, right?
Obviously, I'm joking, and don't think that.
Don't you oppress, obviously you oppress women like crazy. How dare you?
We don't have that pay rate problem over here, and it's very surprising when I hear that the USA has this problem about people not getting paid equally, especially women. And I'm like, why? Why is this even an issue?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, no, I don't even want to get into this. I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into this. Lauren Cohen should be paid as much as her male co-stars if she has the same amount of, or she should be paid whatever rate they get per amount of screen time they had. If that's some sort of bullshit logic that the showrunners use, she should be paid the same, sort of hourly rate or whatever the fuck they do to to calculate that as her male co-stars. That's all I have to say about that. I think that's all we need to say about that. And I hope that if she is going to lead this show, that the pilot that she's in does well. I think she's a great actress. I think she's a beautiful person. I've seen her in, on panels and stuff at Comic-Con, and she's always been very well spoken and like intelligent. And I've seen her in other things. Like I just, and speaking of seeing people in other things, hey, Danai Gurira. Wait, so Danai Gurira, what is this rumor that she might not be coming back?
No, so I saw this on the Google homepage that there were rumors. Hold on, I'm actually going to pull it up on my phone really fast. That she may not be coming back.
I mean, if
well, maybe it's not there anymore.
I mean, it's just a rumor.
So it's a rumor. It's a stupid rumor. Like honestly, I imagine that she probably gets paid pretty well. But also she was amazing as Okoye in Black Panther. And like, if she doesn't go back to The Walking Dead, like I think I think that's my breaking point. In the comics, my breaking point was Andrea dying. Michonne dying or leaving in the show is my breaking point. If she's gone, I give like negative 8,000 shits.
I mean, there are a lot of rumors about Danai not returning because she has already shot her scenes for the Infinity War. She'll be appearing in that. However, there's a rumor that Marvel is thinking of doing a Wakanda-based TV show, and Danai might be in that.
I mean,
for their Disney streaming service.
Oh. I mean,
so,
if
focused on Wakanda.
Like a live action?
Yeah, focused on Wakanda like they do the S.H.I.E.L.D., the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show.
I do have to say
it's
that
all focused on
the most of Wakanda, I believe, was shot in Atlanta, was it not? A lot of the scenes for Black Panther were shot in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, they were, yeah.
Is where The Walking Dead is shot. So there's a chance that
she could absolutely do both, I think. But yeah, if Michonne dies or if Danai Gurira leaves The Walking Dead, that is the point where, sorry y'all, goodbye forever.
Oh well, I guess.
And I say sorry to you two and this webcast because I had so much fun doing it, but like.
Yeah, whenever you're at
if Michonne isn't on the show, I'm not watching it anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
we understand. Yeah. It's understandable.
So it's after 9. So what did we do during the hiatus?
Oh, we didn't talk about Scott Gimple being demoted.
Oh yeah, Scott Gimple, fuck him.
Yeah.
I mean, is he demoted? Because I read that he has more power now.
No, they have a new executive producer. He is now the content supervisor, whatever the fuck that is. It makes me think.
I think it's a bullshit title.
It's a bullshit title, yeah.
It's like I'm trying to think of like a real world example. It's like when the kid of the company owner is like the executive assistant. Like
yeah,
I'm the CEO of Stuff Inc. and you are my executive assistant, son who has never done anything with his life and doesn't work. Like that's what Scott Gimple is now, I feel.
Oh,
and I hope that that's the case.
Hold on, I actually looked at this. Hold on. It says here, The Walking Team names Angela Kang the new showrunner, a woman. And then it says that Scott Gimple has been elevated, aka demoted, to the newly created role of Chief Content Officer. That's like giving the biggest bully in the sandbox the shit shoveling shovel.
Wait, are you saying that, or is the article saying that?
I was saying that. No, it says that he. So Angela Kang has been a writer on the show since 2011 and a co-executive producer since 2013. She's being promoted by Gimple to executive producer and showrunner, starting with season 9.
So wait, what is his title?
His title is Chief Content Officer.
So a newly created title.
Yeah, a newly created title, which basically means, we done fucked up, AA Ron. So now we are that's really what it is, though. Like, I know that we've gone over our time limit, but like, I feel like this is something we need to talk about because it's something that was fairly new whenever it came out. But not only do we have a person, she's an Asian woman. She's been writing for the show since 2011. So didn't the show start in 2010?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So writing since season 2.
So we have, it says here that she's been writing. Yeah, she's been writing since 2011. So we have this writer who's been writing for forever. She's been a co-executive producer for a while. Now she is the showrunner. So she's not only was she a writer at the very beginning, when Frank Darabont was still there. So maybe we're actually going to get some quality content. Hopefully she's going to challenge a little bit. I mean, it's not likely, but I think it's going to be nice to see if there is a redemption for season 9 with, Angela Kang as being the new executive producer.
It can't get worse.
Well, yeah, I guess. Don't say that, Tara. You're going to curse it.
Don't say that.
Okay, so really quickly, what we did during the hiatus for Reed, you have got some fun news.
One of my novels got published. It's by the name Angels and Man Beasts. It's an paranormal romance mystery type of thing. A lot of action, lot of violence and stuff like that. And it has angels and gods, and it's a fight between the gods and stuff like that. You can check that out at 9-Star Press. It's a queer lit press company. Publisher. And during the hiatus, I also ended up writing another book that's set in the same world as Angels versus Man Beasts, but it's a different story, the same world, but a different story. And that book is currently in the editing process. So it might come out in a month or 2 or something. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what my editor says.
Okay. All right. And then Tara.
So I ran a half marathon yesterday.
Yeah. Dressed as Charlotte LaBeouf.
I ran 13.1 miles in 2 hours and 56 minutes. I'm really proud of myself.
Yay!
That's about it's just under 13 and a half minutes per mile, which, like, when I run a 5K, I run less than an 8-minute mile, but like 13.1 miles, I'm in a lot of pain. So that was yesterday. Other than that, earlier this month was the 1-year anniversary of my zombie novel, actually.
Yay!
How to Start Living in the Zombie Apocalypse. It's on Amazon. If you literally just search for How to Start Living in the Zombie Apocalypse, or search for my pen name, which is TL Walker, it'll come up. And yeah, that was February 9th was the 1-year anniversary of that being published. And other than that, I've just been doing a lot of work for Ice and FireCon, which is in 2 months. Like 2 months from today is the start. Officially, it doesn't start till the 27th, but like it actually starts on Thursday, the 26th. Like several of our events happen Thursday, the 26th. So yeah, I've been dealing with that, and the first draft of our schedule will be posted on the website on Friday, and I have a webcast for that for the small council for Ice and FireCon on Saturday. Also we have the March Feelings webcast on Thursday. So yeah, it's a really busy week for me.
Okay. So I didn't really do a lot during the hiatus. Basically, I just was recovering from a car wreck. I'm finally getting a replacement vehicle. I'm going to get a Subaru. And her name is Leia. And so I'm finally going to be going back to work. And I started watching I started watching. I started reading the Game of Thrones novels, like actually reading them. After what 3-4 years. And I know it's giving me the look. And then I discovered, not really discovered, but my friend was watching X-Files, and I started watching X-Files. So I'm on season 5 now, and I'm obsessed now. It's really difficult. Like everything I do is like live, breathe, sleep, Scully and Mulder, and and I wasn't allowed to watch stuff like that as a kid because I was really scared. Now I'm a really scared adult, but I watch it anyway. No, I'm serious. I'm so serious.
Have you watched? Wait, so you're on season 5. What season did the movie come out?
I don't know.
Because make sure you watch the movie.
Okay, I'll watch the movie too.
You have to. I'd have to. I'm not remembering exactly when it came out, but it came out, between 2 seasons, and you might be getting close to, if not slightly beyond where it came out. And the movie is super important. I feel like the movie is important enough that I feel like you would have seen it. So is that your recommendation then?
Yeah, that's my recommendation. Also, really quick, I guess we're going to ease into the recommendations. I also started watching the Frankenstein Chronicles with Sean Bean, which is also titled Sean Bean Dies at the End. Not really. It's not really the name of it. It's the Frankenstein Chronicles. It's a Netflix original series set about a guy named Merritt, I believe. Marnett. Anyway, it's a man who's investigating a series of murders where people are cut up and sewn back together, different pieces from different people. So far, it's pretty grim, as Sean Bean's stuff tends to be. Only on first, it's very Penny Dreadful-esque. But I've only seen the first episode, so hopefully it's gonna be good. But that's, it's really too early for me to tell. And if it is really good, I'll probably write up something on it. It's fairly newish. It was 2017 when it was last released. I also started watching Black Mirror, so I'm catching up on things. What about y'all two? What do you have?
Queer Eye. You guys need to watch Queer Eye if you haven't already.
Okay, Queer Eye. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I wasn't expecting this show to be so much fun, but it is. It ended up being a lot of fun. Weird kind of fun where 5 gay guys go and fix someone else's life, and
I wish I had a gay guy to fix my life right now. It's a mess.
But yeah, it's fun. Tara?
I'm gonna go with the general zombie theme and say that if you really want to watch a zombie thing, watch Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix. Listen, it's not the best thing I've ever watched, but it's amusing. It's fun. And the season 1 is on there right now, and season 2 comes out March 24th. I can't remember exactly how many episodes season 1 is, but it
was 8 maybe.
Yeah, 8. I think 8 is right, and I can't remember. I also can't remember if they're 30-ish minutes or 45 minutes, but you've got plenty of time to watch Santa Clarita Diet, and it's a fun, funny show. Also,
iZombie
comes back tonight. Yeah. Aaron is going to be reviewing tonight's season premiere because I've got, I've been on this webcast or whatever, but iZombie comes back tonight, and if you haven't watched any iZombie, there are 3 seasons on Netflix right now, and you should freaking watch it because it's amazing. So that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah, zombie shows that are far better than The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, also really quick, just randomly, they talked about having the first ever nude zombie on The Walking Dead. That's not new. Oh, yeah. That's not new at all because I can think of a bunch of, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, The Walking Deceased.
Well, and those are other shows, but also when they say nude, are they actually going to show tits and ass? I think
it's going to be a bottom because you can't really show boobs on basic television, can you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so we're going to find out. So stay tuned, I guess. we'll be titties. There you go. Now we're actually talking about titties.
But like flabby,
like God, what is his name?
Hanging near the knees.
Whenever Johnny Knoxville plays the old lady.
Like flabby, like not non-titties. Like I just whatever it is not going to be good, and I don't understand why it's a big deal.
Look, you're just depriving them of their their
weird fetishes.
Yes, that's what
I am all about anybody having whatever fetishes they want, but like weird half-rotted zombie titties is not one of them.
Yeah, I have to say.
Don't kink shame, Tara. Don't kink shame.
Hey, don't kink shame, Tara. Jeez. Maybe I should.
How dare you want your weird half-rotted zombie titties?
Titties.
How dare I kink shame?
How many more times can we say titties on this webcast? Because I'm here for it.
Several more, sure. Okay.
Okay,
it's the end.
It's the end. All right, so I am Becca along with Reed and Tara. Thank you for joining again
Titties.
While we bitch about stuff and things and titties. With Darius and Tara with the Bitching Dead. Please follow the Bitching Dead and the Geekery on Twitter. Remember, we are a webcast, and we're also professionals. We're a free webcast to run off of donations from viewers like you. So if you like zombie titties, please give us money. Thank you for contributing and helping our website, the Geekery. See you around soon. Bye.
Bye forever. Titties.